Hey everyone, it's Lissette here. Welcome to my channel. So I have been trying to put myself in the mood of this whole Halloween spirit type of thing. I even decorated my background, some bats, some spooky spiders, spiderweb on my actual flowers. And that thing is like so hard. It's gonna be so hard to freaking take off. I got my headband on, my spooky earrings. I still feel like it's too early for Halloween nails. If you guys seen the last video, you would hear me talk about it. I honestly was not ready for Halloween, but yeah, we're just gonna continue trying to push out some Halloween content and hopefully I'll feel more in the spirit. But yeah, so I already have a design for this video. If you don't know, I do have a book that I draw on and I kind of pre-sketched all of my ideas. I actually have 3 designs already that I think I wanted to do. I'm not gonna say what they are because every time I say it, I feel like somebody steals my design and tries to push it out before me. We're gonna keep it a secret. I want this nail design to be red, pretty, but also it's probably gonna be more pretty than anything. In my head, it looks like one thing, but y'all know once I get them down and slapped on my nails, they end up turning out to be different. So we will see how they come out. Let's just get started. Okay, so we're gonna go in with the extra long stiletto nail tips. So I know I keep saying I'm going to do the short stiletto, but honestly I feel like when it comes to Halloween nails, I need to go long. I might be wrong, but if you guys want to send a design over to me, you could DM it to me. I will leave my Instagram handle here. DM me your photos or a nail design. I'll do that in the next video. Send me your designs, let me know your ideas, and help us out because sometimes I'd be like drawing a blank when it comes to these nail designs. All right, y'all, so I already got my sizes out. Taking out my little side lamp. And y'all already know, going in with my rubber base coat, applying that to the entire surface, lining up my nail, and then curing that in place, just like so. Now I do have a peel off base coat on. Since I do my nails every week for these types of videos, I don't necessarily prep my natural nails, but of course you guys should already know if you are going to do your nails or do any kind of set and you want them to last, make sure you use, you do your proper prep and avoid peel off anything if you want them to last. After I have them all on, I'm gonna go ahead and put my hand in my full size lamp for a full 60 seconds. Okay, so I was gonna go in with brown orchid, but I am low and honestly I really don't wanna run downstairs to get it. So yeah, we're gonna save that one for the next design. Let me see, do I have enough true nude? Okay, I have a little bit more. Okay, yeah, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do true nude and I'm going to do that on the middle and ring nail. Totally forgot to put rubber base on top. What is wrong with me? I'm gonna go back in with my rubber base. How can I forget about my rubber base? Okay, with that, I'm just gonna take it and go on the entire surface. And you guys already know, if you've watched me before, you know I like to do this because I really don't like filing. Filing, I could skip if I do this. So this is taking place of the filing. And from top all the way to bottom, like I said, this is going to help ensure that the hard gel is gonna stick to the tip and you won't get any kind of separation. It won't peel away from the hard gel. Okie. From there, I'm gonna cure that, full 60. Okay, middle nail. I'm just gonna go ahead, apply that all over, building up the strength, the structure, apex. And you guys know how I feel about this color. This is like my favorite color. We're gonna flip like this. Make sure gravity does its thing. Y'all can see me? And we're just gonna float. I hope y'all can see and it's not blurring out. We're just gonna float that gel, move it where it needs to go. Gonna wait a few seconds. And I'm happy with that. I'm gonna cure that. For the ring, again, we're gonna do the same thing, building up that structure, building up the apex, curing it in place. So I'm just gonna do a thin layer on the rest of them, and we're gonna add like a red color on top of that and then encapsulate. Okay, I lied. I think I'm gonna just build up all of the nails and we'll go from there. I think I'm just like trying to complicate things, and I don't know why I do that. We're just gonna build up all the nails. Forget doing a thin layer. I do that. I always complicate things for myself. So this is what they is looking like, you guys. I am in love with this color. I'm gonna go ahead and use my nail cleanser, remove the sticky layer on the surface of the nails because we're gonna go into filing. Dust collector, putting a little filter on top. So it's not too loud. I'm gonna go ahead and just start filing the side walls straight. Left, right. This is a 180 nail file. Follow that real fast over the surface. Of course, y'all already know how I do. Making sure there's no lumps and bumps. Going over this top part. And we're going to do that to all of them, just making sure, like I said, just perfecting the shape. I'm actually going to try to hand file everything. I'm not going to use the drill. I'm going to try to not use the drill. Okay, from there, gonna buff over the surface, making sure everything is smooth and perfect. So again, I didn't use the drill. Everything was hand filed. Hard gel is actually really extremely easy to file. So it doesn't take much for you to perfect your shape. I love hard gel. I love my hard gel. Cleaning it one more time. Okay, so we're gonna go in with the color So Vital. This is a hard gel. Try it out. It is a bright red. Small amounts. This is extremely pigmented, you guys, so you don't need a lot. But I'm just gonna go ahead and cover the entire nail. This is just going to be like the background color. So I'm just gonna go ahead and paint that on super thin. Oh no, I have a cat hair. Oh my. Wow, see that? Pretty. One thing about this, since it's a hard gel, it is, you do have to file it off. It is not soakable. So unlike polish, where you can soak it off, this you have to file off. And with this, if like you see any kind of bumps in your application, once you cure it, if there's like a bump, you can file over it, which is amazing. You can't do that with polish. All right, you guys, so at this point, my kids came home, and y'all already know what it is when they are here. It is loud, so you get me right now, the editor, Lissette. So going forward is going to be a voiceover, but as you are watching this, you see that I've did the thumb, the pointer, and the pinky, the full red color, and then you are going to see me do Frenchies on both the middle and the ring nail. To do the Frenchies, I did go ahead, swap out my brush to the striper brush, and this is just going to allow me to try to create that crisp Frenchy look, the outline. Honestly, I struggle when it comes to Frenchies, but this one was not that bad at all. It was actually really easy for some reason. Like I said, it takes me really long to do Frenchies, but this time, I don't know what it is. Maybe because I used my actual hard gel for this and not regular polish. So yeah, it came out clean. I was super impressed with myself. So originally I went in with a matte top coat. You're gonna see me top coat all of the nails and then cure it in place, because I kinda, at that point, I wanted to go in with a dark like a black color and kind of like rub it in around the perimeter to make it like a grudgy look. But then right in the middle of me curing it, my kids was talking about that they were hungry, so I did have to stop and made them something, and then I continued going on to do my nails. But after I went back to the room and I started trying to look for that black powder color, I ended up finding something better. This is the original pigment powder that I was going to use, but then right next to it I ended up finding this. This is like a, I want to say it's a chrome powder, but it's almost like a dark reddish orangey color. I've used this before in my vampire set that I did last year. I'll link that. But yeah, so I decided right then and there we was gonna go with that. And now, of course, to use the freaking powder, I need to go in with shiny. It needs a shiny no wipe surface in order for it to stick to. So this is me going back in with the top coat, but this time I'm covering the mat with a shiny. Of course, you already know how last minute decisions do. You're always working double. But once I did that, I did go ahead and just cure that for a full 60. Picking up that powder and then rubbing it along the perimeter of the nails. Now I only did a little bit because I didn't want to cover the entire nail. I wanted the perimeter to be dark and then like that bright red in the center. So once I did the perimeter, I did keep rubbing it like towards the center, and you're gonna see it's slowly like fading dark towards the middle, or light towards the middle I should say. And I was, once again, I was really happy with how it was coming out. This was the first time that I did this type of technique. This little tool and these sponges I ended up getting from Temu, super inexpensive and well worth the purchase. But again, I just keep rubbing that in until I get the desired look that I was trying to go for. When it comes to the Frenchies, I did only focus around the red, and I just left that true nude color, its original color. I didn't want to cover that at all. Guys, tell me that does not look good. I was so happy with how this was coming out. Taking out my Bling It No Wipe Rhinestone Gel, you already know what time it is. We are going to deck these out. So I went in and I wanted to do these a gold and red set. So I went ahead, I took out some gold chain, I took out some gold cuticle bars, and you're gonna see this process was so tedious. It took me so long to complete, you guys. For the Bling It No Wipe Rhinestone Gel, I take that and I just apply that on the entire surface. Now, when it came to the pinky, I had an idea of what I wanted to do, and I'll insert a picture of what my inspo was. Okay, ignore the whole photo part because I cannot find it for the life of me. But it kind of looked like they took a black fishnet and then pushed it down and made, you know, like that nail design where I guess they used acrylic, where the acrylic pops through the fishnet. So that's the kind of look that I saw. Like I said, I didn't save the photo, so I can't insert it, and I'm trying to look for it now and I cannot freaking find it, so just use your imagination. But all I tried to do here was swap out that black fishnet, and I wanted to add some gold chain. So you're gonna see me putting the gold chain on, curing it, and then in between each of the chains, I went in and I added a large amount of the Bling rhinestone gel. To do this, I did go in with my striper brush. And for this section, I did do it one at a time because I didn't want it to spread. I wanted that really 3D bumpy effect. I do that between each and every single row. Once I was fully, I made sure everything was cured, and then I went back in with a second layer just to really make sure it was popping out and you could see the dimension of each row. I honestly really liked how this nail looked, but I do think this should have been for a different type of set. Again, I don't think in total it kind of fits with the rest of the nails, but again, it is super pretty and I was still happy that I was able to achieve this look. I found this gold metallic paint in my drawer and I forgot I actually had this. I actually bought this on Amazon if I'm not mistaken. But you guys, the way it was looking, it was just not looking right. I kept mixing it and it looked like the colors was just not combining. I mixed it for a good minute too until I just ended up leaving it alone because I felt like maybe that's just how the paint is. But I took this color and I wanted to do a spider web on the ring nail. Now, as I was doing it, I was kind of struggling. The color of this paint started separating, and I don't know if it was old paint, but it just wasn't looking right. I'm not sure what happened with this. The first couple of lines was okay, but as I left it there for a little while, I could see the color. It wasn't as gold as I wanted it. So I knew it wasn't gonna work out once it was just not a good look. I ended up finding another gold polish. This one I got from Temu. I think it was $1. This one again is really pretty, but again, it wasn't as pigmented as I thought it was. So I went in with some of my mirror chrome powder and I added that to the polish just to make it a little bit more pigmented. Y'all, let me tell you something. This freaking ring nail was driving me crazy because towards the end it didn't even turn out how I wanted to. But anyway, I just kept trying to troop it on, and once I mixed that, I tried to continue. I went back over the lines that I already did, and then I tried to continue finishing the spiderweb design. Again, like I said, I wasn't too happy with it, but I just kept going, hoping that this nail would turn out how I imagined. So for this one, on top of that, you already know I had to go in and take out my bling. This is the Sapphire and Siam Bling It box. And with this one, all I did was I started adding these smaller stones because I wanted to add baby spiders on this nail. But yeah, you're gonna see I went in with the gold polish and tried to create the little legs for these spiders, but I was so unhappy with it. It kept blending in to the background and you couldn't really tell that they were legs. It just looked like it blended in with the freaking web. I spent a really long time on this one finger trying to perfect it, but once I finally just gave up on the actual gel polish, I did decide to go in with my cuticle bars, and I actually cut up the littlest, smallest pieces to create the legs for these spiders. And yeah, let me just tell you, I was so frustrated with this nail, but you're gonna see me continuing to add these little tiny legs. And it took forever to cut them up, and again, I was still not happy with it. Now, I probably could have did without one of the spiders in this nail because all it looked like to me at this point was some red crystals and a whole bunch of just gold sticks like random around it. There was so much going on, you couldn't tell that they were baby spiders. Like I had to explain it to, you know, like my sister came, she saw the nail and I had to explain they're supposed to be baby spiders with gold legs. And then she ended up seeing it, but I want you guys to see it without me having to explain it. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, once I finished adding all the freaking little legs, I did go ahead and I left it alone and I cured it in place. For the middle nail, I decided just to go real simple, just put one big spider right in the center with the legs and call it a day, because that ring nail took a lot out of me when I was doing this and I was ready for these nails to be done. For the last two nails is probably my favorite out of all of them. I used some gold chain, and then for that pointer nail, I did find a little charm that I ended up using. So I just made him look like he was hanging down with some chain. And then for the thumb, I did small little spiders again, but as far as the legs, I did a little bit different. And if I would have known, I would have did the other legs the same way. I just think they look so freaking cute, but I pretty much did the same concept where I cut the cuticle bars, but I did make it a little bit longer. And instead of using like 2 per leg, I did 1 bar per leg, if that made sense. You guys, these 2 nails was probably my favorite out of all of them. All right, you guys, so this is the final look. Y'all, when it came to this freaking nail, you guys, this nail threw me off. I am so upset at how this ring nail came out. I mean, it still looks okay, but I have to feel like I have to explain what it is. As far as the pinky, I feel like the pinky kind of doesn't go with the rest of the nails, even though it's the same color scheme. But when it comes to the middle, the pointer, and the thumbnail, I think those came out the best. And maybe it's also because less is more. I should have probably stood with that kind of mindset when doing this step, but honestly, I was kind of winging it at the same time. So definitely didn't turn out exactly how I wanted it to come out, but I think they are still pretty. And it's like a red glam Halloween set. You guys let me know what you think. Let me know if I should try to create something like this again, maybe different colors. Let me know your thoughts and ideas. Again, don't forget to DM me your ideas as far as what I should do when it comes to a short set. But yeah, that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget to shop Lgnpro, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Love ya.